March 18th, 2024. 2 days ago on March 16th was the 3-year mark of Sailor being gone. I've been quiet lately. Like I said, I tend to retreat. I feel like I have so much to say, but like not enough energy to say it. Being pretty self-critical. But like the week before, just the feelings of the anniversary coming up. I don't know what else to call it. Mark. I usually call it like, I don't know. I don't like the word anniversary related to it. Sounds like a celebration. Not celebrating the day he died. But yeah, like having the anticipation of the date coming up wreaks havoc on my system. Then the day itself wasn't bad. I stuffed my emotions down, though, to be 100% authentic and honest. Barely cried, kept myself busy. We had some family stop by the house, and then my husband and I and our 2 living children went to a smash room where you break things, and we also did a glow paint art splatter experience. We've done that this is our 3rd time doing that to honor Sailor on March 16th. And we chose that place because he had a gift certificate there for Christmas that he never got to use 3 years ago, because he really wanted to go. And that was like right up his alley, wanted to do that adventure, was all about it. And so that's what we did. And we've become friends with the owner. She's fantastic. It's a place called Le Smash in Omaha. Elaine is the owner. She's great, super supportive of us, and we were very thankful for her. And then we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and he loved the Cheesecake Factory. And our thing was, he usually wanted dessert first. So the last few times we've eaten our cheesecake first. This year we did things a little backwards. And we're planning on taking it home. So we did not eat dessert first, but we did take dessert home and had a wonderful dinner. A big wink that we got was we happened to have the same server as we did a year ago, and we've been there since. So it's just very interesting and crazy, and a huge wink. We feel, we had the same server that we did a year ago on March 16th, and she remembered us and remembered our story and remembered the act of kindness that we did. And we did it again this year. But she recognized that before anything. And so that was pretty incredible. And then we don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day anymore. Like going through the 16th, I was watching the clock. I was having really bad flashbacks. Watching the time, like the last time that I talked to him, because I talked to him on the phone that day and didn't know. And Sailor didn't die at home when he took his life. So then I saw the clock when the police officer and the fireman rang the doorbell. I don't know if I've shared this before, but tidbit, we have unhooked our doorbell because I can't stand the sound of our doorbell. It makes me panic. So we don't have a doorbell. But like seeing the clock and like watching those times and knowing what time he died and all of that, just bad flashbacks. But we were out in public and busy, and I had to like stuff it all down. And I felt like every time I started to release some emotion, people around me would like stifle it. And so it just started bubbling up, and we don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We used to. I'm Irish. Or like 50% Irish. My husband, Irish. He just found that out though, through a DNA test. Used to love St. Patrick's Day. Story that I have never shared was 10 years ago on St. Patrick's Day, there was a lockdown at Sailor's School. And I absolutely panicked, lost my ever-loving shit, and was sobbing hysterically because the night before I had a dream that he died. So on March 16th, 10 years ago, I dreamt that he died. So when I see that picture pop up on my time hop on March 17th of me holding him and us both wearing our green right after I picked him up from school from an active shooter lockdown, and there wasn't truly an active shooter, it was a hoax of a young kid with a fake gun, but still kids were really traumatized because they were out at recess and there were like laser pointer. It was bad. It just hits differently. So that picture came up and it had been 10 years. But I hate St. Patrick's Day now. I hate March 17th because it's the first day that I woke up in a world that my son didn't exist in anymore. First full day without him. I know that first night, March 16th, 2021, I didn't really sleep. It was like pure exhaustion that made me close my eyes and shut down for a little bit. But then I remember waking up startled and hysterical. And so yesterday we didn't really do anything. Had a friend stop by and chatted for a long time, and that was really needed. And then today is almost harder than both days put together, to be quite honest. All the feelings that I shoved down are coming out today. It was today that we announced his death on social media, with celebration of life. People had shared that he had died on social media. I had changed my profile picture. I didn't say anything, but we live in a smaller, tight-knit community. People knew, but we hadn't shared it. And so seeing that all over Facebook today, was really hard, but I did take the time to read through all of the 300 comments that we had received on just one of my posts, just the announcement post. That was shared like 100 and some times. It was put on like an Iowa page. We live in the western part of Iowa, near Omaha, Nebraska. And the nonprofit, Sail On and Fly High, that's, I guess, the one good thing that came from March 17th is we decided that day we were going to start a nonprofit, and we named it Sail On and Fly High. But today is really hard. I can hardly function. We were on the radio this morning on Bluffs Country, our local hometown country station, who was incredibly supportive of us. We were on the morning show for an hour talking about what we're working on, what we're doing, what our mission is, and things like that. They have us on monthly. And that went really well. And the host is a great friend, and she's fantastic. But then, like, my husband and I both hit a wall today. And couldn't work, couldn't wrap our heads around it. We're tearful. Our emotions are really high, but our vibes are definitely low. I will be saging the house again. We're going to ground down with some salt baths. He is currently outside with his feet in the earth, even though it's really cold out right now. We're just trying to do the best that we can. People say that get through the first year. Get through all the firsts. Every single day. Every single day is a new first. It's a whole new thing that my child is not here. Every day. So please stop telling people, just get through the first and then you'll be okay, because it's not true. Stop with the platitudes. I know that he loves me. I know that. He tells me he loves me. Let us have our feelings on the really big days. Don't tell us to work harder. Don't tell us to push through. Don't tell us that you wouldn't want us to cry. Stop. Stop with that. Let us feel our feelings. Our child is dead. And let us be our authentic selves. Yes, we're doing really good things, but it doesn't take away the pain. It just helps us put one foot in front of another. I hope if you don't know that you never know. I really, really do. I just want to thank people who were there for us during this weekend. As time goes on, your support system dwindles. Life moves on for others. Our world stopped. Theirs didn't. And that's life. And I understand that. I'm not judging that. But by the grace of God, there are people who have not left our side, who still check in at least weekly, who give us their unwavering support, who we can be our true selves with. And so for that, I'm super thankful. I live life to the fullest by honoring him on Saturday was something he would have loved to do. And truly just surviving these last few days. And I'm not saying this in a pessimistic way, but I know these next few days are going to be hard with the reminder of the memorial service and the funeral and all of that. Our daughter's birthday is also this week. And I feel so terrible for her that her birthday's in the mix of all of it. And Easter and then Sailor's birthday are all within 2 weeks. It's just hard. It's just really hard. That's what I've got. That's what I've got for you today.